And you know what? I do respect every opinion. So when you have an issue, we're humans. You're gonna have 10 different opinions.
Hmm.
I respect all these 10. But as long as your opinion is not violating laws, is not violating humanity, is not hurting lives, then your opinion should be part of the solution. If your opinion is violating a law anywhere or doing these atrocities, then no, your opinion should not be part of this solution. And but it's not invisible to you; it's visible. But you
Hmm.
chose not to have, you chose to have this opinion, and sadly it's not part of this cause or the path
Right.
for a resolution.
Most people, though, they're not willing to put themselves to educate themselves on different things around the world. Most people have their own things to worry about, unless they're force fed like this issue, and unless it's like the trendy issue of the day, it's like most people actually forget about it completely.
Mhm.
And so I really do think it's like with some awareness, yeah, people can start to understand. The Uyghur situation is just horrible. The Uyghurs are in camps, concentration camps too. And
Yeah, I was there in Bangladesh in Cox's Bazar a few years back, and it's sad when you see, like, with the Uyghurs especially, like how many times they've been displaced, and uh, the horrific, treatment they've been through. So yeah, and if you look at the Syrians, the Palestinians, every refugee population is a victim of politics, is a victim of dictatorship, is a victim of a lot of things that should not be happening.
hmm and then I don't know why it becomes bad to not bad, but scary to voice your opinion on some of these things. I don't feel scared at all to talk about these issues, but I know a lot of people are scared to talk about voice their opinions on any of these matters because of, I guess, repercussions. I noticed you self censored a little bit too. So, what's your thoughts on censorship? Yeah.
Well, in a perfect ideal world, there's no censorship. The
Hmm.
world we live in is not perfect and ideal. And we know that. We've been talking during this interview about a zillion, like, horrible things that do happen in the world. Now, we have I have made this system around myself where I I will voice my opinion, but sometimes, and most of the time in my case, you have to do it in a very diplomatic way, because my end goal is not to create more trouble. My end goal is a resolution.
Hmm.
Resolutions don't come, in my experience, and your experience could be very different, but in my
Hmm.
experience, diplomacy is such an important path to a
Hmm.
resolution. Dialogue is such an important path, and I know,
Hmm.
in order to foster a really good dialogue, you need all parties involved to gather around the table, to do a minute of yoga, and then talk. And I like this
Bro.
minute of yoga, and that's so. Am I sensitive? Sure, there are a few things that you can't say it the way because you're also, again, if you want to sit with the other party,